Okay, you can see 12 minutes on the clock up there. So we're going to be talking about the introduction. What's going wrong? Because let's face it, something is going wrong. And this is why I do what I do and why I've done it for so long. I discovered a good few years ago now that despite everything that's happening in terms of running videos and new shoes and new treatments and types of foam rollers and all of this incredible stuff and technology and ways of running, the actual incidence of running injury, as in how often runners are getting injured, hasn't really come down. Okay, and this is looking at the research since the 80s when research into the prevalence of running injury started. Years later, okay, still as many runners are getting injured. Some of the studies suggest that the number of running related injuries per 1,000 hours of running between 3 and 59. That depends on what you regard as a running injury. So is a blister a running injury, for example? So that's why there's 3 or 59. But if we take a middle figure of like 30 or something per 1,000 hours, that means that's an average of 3 injuries every 20 weeks. Okay, if that was happening in any other sport, you would give up the sport. What is it about running that means that this amount of runners are still running into problems and having to seek help, not being able to run for ages, and just meet that frustration I'm sure that we all, and you, the listener, feels. The big take home for me, and hopefully for you now, is that, as I've said here, despite all the advice and adverts and promises, all the advances in technology, runners are still getting injured. So we're either doing something very wrong or we're missing an integral piece out of the equation. Make sense? Okay. Moving on to the next slide, I am going to be showing research because it's not that I want to bore you to death with the science, but it helps us understand why things are going wrong. And this is a very important paper, which it's from 2014. There's been some very good papers since. I talked to